for a place in the quarterfinals of the WilliamHill.com UK Snooker Championship. Still first to 6, best of 11 frames.
Thank you.
It's going to be Ronnie O'Sullivan to break in frame 1. I'm David Hendon, and alongside me, and I know looking forward to this one, is Joe Johnson.
Yes, good afternoon everybody, and what a prospect we have in store. A little bit of revenge maybe for Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's lost the last one, and he's 3-2 down on the head-to-head. Judd Trump beat him 3 times. Not many people can say that with a head-to-head with Ronnie O'Sullivan. And you can already hear a pin drop.
Yeah, that's the thing about snooker, isn't it? They're all excited when the players come in, but also reverential when the match starts.
So the first attempt fell to Judd Trump. Not an easy shot, just off straight, full length of the table. Terrific pop, and found the gap between the reds. What a great shot that was, and immediately coming down to see, look at the gap he found there. He's coming down to see if he can manoeuvre the cue ball into developing the black. The red just above the black may go to the right corner, and it's great to see his shot selection, Ronnie O'Sullivan, because he's always trying to win the frame at the visit he's at the table. He's overrun that one, I think.
3.
So I'll be disappointed with that.
Yes, it's an interesting situation for O'Sullivan today. He played Steve Davis in the last round, who is someone he looked up to when he was a boy. He's now playing Judd Trump, who looked up to Ronnie O'Sullivan when he was a boy. Ronnie played pretty well against Davis, but this is a different prospect today. Judd Trump struggled against Dominic Dale, but I suspect he'll get himself up for this one. But that wasn't a very good shot.
Well, completely mishit it. And the only good thing you can say about that is he's tied the black up. Bringing the pink into play, and it could have gone better. Don't think he's on anything at first glance. He caught them superbly, freed the pink. That cue ball just travelling close to the cushion, and even if he can see this red over the right corner, which I don't think he can, no, just a safety shot, so he's been in twice. Made 15.
O'Sullivan hasn't won a major ranking event for 2 years. The Shanghai Masters 2009, his last one. Of course, Judd Trump broke through in China at the China Open last season, won that title, and then was runner-up at the World Championship. He's had a great 2011.
Well, he's in a little bit of trouble here, and he may take this plant on to the right corner. He may be forced into taking it on, because the safety shot is just as difficult. That's the one we're looking at. Well, again, it's a tough shot because he'd have to catch it ultra thin to make the plant. Would have no idea where the cue ball's going. Well, he's found the gap back towards Bork, and that's some shot. from where he was, played it with a lot of right-hand side to avoid the cannon on the reds. Nice to see these two playing a few safety shots, I've got to say. As David Hennon said, it was all over in 75 minutes the last time they played. The winner being Judd Trump, 4-3. No attempt at the plant, just trying to get that cue ball back to Bork. And it would have been a good shot had it not just travelled that extra 2 or 3 inches. So the first really good chance goes to Judd Trump.
One.
Well, I'm not sure what he played there, Judd Trump. Thought he would have played for the red just above the black into the left corner. That would have freed the black.
Seven.
Now if you can just play a little nudge on the black here, you'd finish up on the pink in the middle and free the black at the same time.
30.
Well, he's just tied the black up a little bit more, didn't really get into the cue ball. But makes it look so easy. That was a tough shot, that. Just got down and knocked it in.
Could easily have lost yesterday. He was 4-2 down to Dominic Dale, and was a little bit all over the place, but he had 2 massive flukes in the next frame, and he eventually won 6-4.
21.
And sometimes little bits of luck like that can make the difference between going out in the first round or ending up the eventual champion.
Look at this for a shot. Freed the black and hit it the right side. Knew he was going to be on this red over the right corner. Worth another look. There wasn't much to play out there. But an unexpected miss.
26.
And he has left Ronnie O'Sullivan a shot to the left corner. It just shows you how tight these pockets are, though. Just caught the near knuckle, stayed out.
One.
No guarantee of position on that shot. Just had to make sure of the red. Had no idea where the white was going to finish, but this is a tough one. If he takes the blue on, he'd have to draw the cue ball all the way back down for the 2 reds by the black.
Oh well, just a slight sartorial adjustment required.
Perfectly played. Just didn't hit it hard enough. He had it on track.
6.
Another 2 or 3 inches. It was perfect. Now this is a tough one.
Seven.
Excellent pot. Again made to look easy.
Last week, Ronnie O'Sullivan won the Premier League title for a 10th time. Well, that's a surprising miss.
7.
Yes, both players are just experiencing a little bit of nerves. It's to be understood. They know what each other's capable of.
Exactly, Joe. That's exactly it. They know what a big match this is, and memory's very fresh of the last time they played. Yes, I was just saying he won the Premier League, but he wins that pretty much every year. He's won it 7 out of the last 8 years, so not necessarily a form guide. It's played under different rules with the shot clock. No ranking points.
Well, didn't come far enough for the blue. Took the more difficult pink. Didn't avoid the shot, but again, didn't get anywhere near it. This was a long way away for Judd Trump. And just what Ronnie O'Sullivan needed. Straight back to the table with a scoring chance.
I noticed even Matthew Stevens there was watching, and he's playing in the other match across the arena, but there's so much expectation on this one. You can understand a few just early nerves, bit of edginess. Obviously, though, whoever wins this frame is going to settle down first.
Well, he didn't play that one well either. It's a very nervy start, this, from Ronnie O'Sullivan. And Judd Trump. That's better.
7.
Needs to get the right side, though. Just. And the reason he's finished up there, he potted the blue off the wrong side of the pocket. Trying to pinch a little bit on that middle pocket to get closer to the red. Well, it wasn't easy, that one. But that's 3 good chances he's had.
Even the greats can feel the nerves out there.
1.
Well, you think where the balls were, there isn't much chance of a clearance here. But you just never know with this young man. He's considering taking the black on. I can tell you that most of the professional snooker players would have been taking the blue on, myself included. Played with a lot of left-hand side on the cue ball. Tried to land on the red next to the black.
6.
But he's out of position. Well, I think that was one shot too many.
6.
That was never a shot to take on at that speed. And Ronnie O'Sullivan left with an easy chance. This was never a shot to take on.
One.
Has the angle on the brown to get to the red by the black. And if he could finish straight on this red, he may be able to bring the other red out into play. Didn't quite have the angle to play the cannon. But he has it this time. He's got too much side on it. Could finish up snookered here.
11. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 11.
So 2 points in it on the last red.
Very fortunate. Didn't play that. Caught it too thin. But it could be something just like that that decides this frame. Excellent escape. And a good finish. He'll settle for that. Can't believe that he attempted to pot that. That was nearly an impossible shot, and it just shows you the confidence of this young man, Judd Trump. Ronnie O'Sullivan faced with a similar clip, but this one is cuttable. Just has to catch the paint.
Yes, there's not many players that can take the game to O'Sullivan and in a way beat him at his own game, but Judd Trump has done that before, 3 times in fact, from their 5 meetings.
Well, his safety game needs a little bit of attention, I can tell you, but his potting and positional play, nobody could teach him. Another let-off. Unfortunate not to have left it.
What he is doing though early on here, he's just getting O'Sullivan under a bit of pressure by going for these very difficult pots, because eventually they're going to start going in.
Oh, they're going to get punished. And that's how snooker pans out. If they go in, it's great. If they don't, you could lose. And it's exciting snooker to watch like that.
Yeah, I just think the fact that he's going for them though, it's forcing and it's forcing O'Sullivan to think really hard about his safety game. In fact, to think really hard about his entire approach to the match.
Another half chance. Doesn't need the pink or black. And that forced itself into the pocket there. Didn't want to go in. But Ronnie O'Sullivan said, "You're going in." And in it went. Look at this again. Looked like it was going to stay on the lip for a second.
Well, he needs yellow to blue here. A very edgy start to this match. Brendan Moore in charge down there as the referee.
He's hit it a touch too hard. I expected him to play for it into the same pocket as the yellow.
7.
Looked to be a big bounce off that baulk cushion then. Yes, he can pot the green, but there's no way to get to the brown, so maybe a good safety here, and he'll be disappointed. Should have won the frame at that visit.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 7.
When O'Sullivan doesn't feel pressure, he's probably the best there's ever been in the game, but when players put him under pressure, obviously mistakes come.
This needs to be dead on the cushion, otherwise it's left. It's left. Not sure if he can hold for the brown. May be able to play the cannon to the blue. No. I thought it was going to go in the middle then. That would have been an horrendous way to win the frame. And all the right-hand side that he had on the cue ball there when he played the shot, Ronnie O'Sullivan, it made the white drifting towards the pocket. Against the nap, the right-hand side has the opposite effect. Well, that's not a bad shot from Judd Trump. He's brought the black into play as well. Could be a snooker.
Well, we expected a blizzard of breaks from these two, and I'm sure we'll get it eventually, but this is just as fascinating, this little struggle in the opening frame.
Doesn't want the kiss. Well, is it worth a go at the green into the right corner? Play the snooker at the same time. Well, he got the snooker. He'd have preferred the pot. Now, just land up to this one. He's a bit heavy with the speed.
Wow, miss.
And a bit wrong in the direction. Not sure if he can hit the green from that angle. Hitting that cushion first. More side required. And less pace. More side got.
Foul, you miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
Yeah, he's looking at the scoreboard, he's 17 behind now with 25 on.
Okay. Thank you.
Doesn't want the double kiss. Yep, he'll settle for that. He's 17 points behind, but hasn't lost the frame. Left-handed safety from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Didn't play it well at all, and he could be in trouble next shot. Maybe able to hide that white behind the black. How about that?
Well, you've got to say, Joe, O'Sullivan invited that with his shot. It was not a good shot at all.
Absolutely. Didn't get that cue ball anywhere near where he played. And this could be trouble. Well, will he be tempted?
He'll be tempted. That's for sure.
He was tempted, and what a good shot it was. Now, just the pink to black, you would think, is the key to this frame.
Half an hour frame, I don't think it's what many people expected, but it's, as I say, it's been interesting and very important to try and settle yourself early on. It's been a nervy start. Chances on both sides.
It was interesting what he did then, Judd Trump. He attempted to play the pink right-handed. And wouldn't it be fun if he finished the frame off right-handed on the pink? Well, he's dislodged it, and he's played it super. One good shot. Well, would you believe it? The nerves are there for all to see. It's great.
Great viewing, that's for sure. Well, O'Sullivan needs pink, Trump needs pink and black in this dramatic and lengthy opening frame.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, one of those type of people that doesn't like to win frames when the other player has thrown it away. And there you can see was a feeble attempt that at safety. His heart wasn't in that shot.
Hold on.
6.
There's more drama yet. He's not on the black. This is a tough shot to either pocket.
Well, it's apt really that this he should have this sort of black after this sort of frame.
Reminiscence of Steve Davis. He's overcut it. But this isn't easy.
No, Steve Davis in 1985 left Dennis Taylor a relatively easy pot under the circumstances. This isn't easy, but it is for the frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan has knocked it in. So O'Sullivan wins a very dramatic opening frame. My word, there were nerves, there was tension, there was drama. Just what we like, and no doubt there'll be more of the same when we come back for frame 2.
Get the most striking images directly on your mobile with the new and free No Comment TV iPhone application. And experience much more with the exclusive My No Comment feature. Capture the action and contribute to set the news agenda. Upload your videos or photos and be a No Comment TV reporter. Play your part. Download No Comment TV now.
Down, please, thank you.
Frame 2 just getting underway here in York. Ronnie O'Sullivan leads Judd Trump 1-0 after that dramatic opener.
Yes, and I bet both players are glad that frame's over. Both players had plenty of chances to win it. Not a good kiss on the brown, but the black doesn't go to the right corner, or doesn't appear to do from here. Just coming down to have a look. Well, so very, very close. But he's moved the red, that stopped the black going in the pocket, and he's left a red onto the left corner, so that could be costly. Doesn't get any closer than that.
One.
Now, O'Sullivan has won the first frame. Will he have just settled a bit?
Well, he's wrong side of the blue, David, and that's not a good start. Has a red to the right corner and the left corner. But these are testers. Even though you're Ronnie O'Sullivan, these are still testers. And this is how close the red was. That Judd Trump, it went down the hole, I'm sure of it.
Well, it's like that one Ronnie had, isn't it? And it did drop in the last frame for him, but not for Trump.
7.
Yes, the stun run through. Has he run through enough? Just.
Well, this is where he likes to be, of course, in and around the black. Well, every player does, but O'Sullivan makes big breaks so quickly in this sort of position.
15.
4 times the winner of this title, won it first in 1993 at the age of 17. Youngest ever winner of a ranking title.
$22. $23.
Anxious looks there, but he can see enough of it. Could have done with coming just a few inches harder there. May have to go for the blue now. Oh, the other red goes easily.
His last victory in this event was 4 years ago, 2007. He beat Stephen Maguire 10-2 in Telford. It's the oldish cliche in snooker that you never know which Ronnie O'Sullivan's going to turn up, but like a lot of cliches, it is true. But he's played very patiently this season. He's won 2 PTCs. Seems to have the right attitude generally.
Yes, he has been very good with his attitude this year. He's got a chance of playing the cannon to the red above the black here. Well, he missed the red, but he's still on it. Or is he? If he'd have hit the red directly above the black, he'd have been on a red. Well, he's not sure. No. Hit the other red first.
47.
Didn't play the red that he potted. And you can tell that by where the cue ball's finished. Played the red into the left corner. Very fortunate there. He'd left a red on to the right corner there. So now needs to get a colour save and get that cue ball onto the port cushion.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 47.
Well, no intentions of putting a colour safe, and I think that's a mistake. Especially when you're playing somebody like Judd Trump.
I can tell you Ding Junhui leads 1-0 against Matthew Stevens on the other table. That's live on Eurosport 2 as we speak.
Well, somehow managed to dodge that red on the left side cushion. And the speed is superb.
Judd Trump is a very good safety player. At the China Open that he won, he employed it to great effect. But he's such a good potter and so confident in his ability that very often we see him going for all sorts of balls, and very often they go in. Problem is, of course, when they don't.
Well, that type of game's got him to number 7 in the world, David. And everybody I know enjoys watching him play. Never know what he's going to do, a bit like Ronnie O'Sullivan. Never know how well he's going to play, but it's never boring. Now, where's that white ball going to finish?
1.
Well, he's on the brown, but it's another tough one. Just again makes them look so easy. And now what wouldn't Ronnie O'Sullivan give to have a colour safe now? He could have put a colour safe at his last scoring visit.
6.
I think the only thing that has changed for Judd Trump this season, it's not his game, it's his mindset, because of course last season he was one of the chasing pack. Now, as Joe says, he's up to 7 in the world. Everyone remembers what he did at the Crucible. He's a top player, and he's got the expectations of other people to deal with, but also his own expectations. But he's won a couple of PTCs this season as well, and he's pretty level-headed generally, but it's difficult when you're just 22, suddenly got a bit of money, a bit of attention.
14.
Many players down the years have gone slightly off the rails. Judd Trump's from a very good family, he's got some good people around him, and at the moment he seems to remain dedicated to his snooker.
And long may it continue.
21.
Well, you saw the black just slightly drifting to the left. And I suppose that's the way it should drift, if any. Hasn't quite come far enough on the black to be able to stun up for the 2 reds, so he may play the cannon. No, he could manage it. Okay.
29. 30.
Just one dodgy red. And that's by the middle pocket. This one's far enough away from the cushion to be able to be confident of potting it.
38.
I think the other thing with Trump is just his self-belief. He enjoys the big stage. He would be excited by this today, but he wouldn't have been quaking in his boots, far from it. He's got great talent and great confidence, and of course the two go hand in hand. When you're as good as he is, you're going to be confident.
46.
Well, ideally, that's where he'd like to be. Right behind the shot. Could have done with being a little bit closer,
53.
but just needs to drop it in.
54.
And that's played perfectly.
Well, Joe Johnson called it. He said Ronnie O'Sullivan could have put a colour safe when he played safe. He didn't. And it looks like he's going to lose the frame now.
59.
Trump needs yellow to brown.
61.
This has been an important contribution from Judd Trump. Not just to win the frame in one visit, but after losing that error-strewed nervy opener, needed to settle down. And he has settled down.
68.
Could have done with that, though. It's only one snooker.
68.
Yeah, so worth playing on for. Sure, Ronnie O'Sullivan didn't expect to be coming back to the table, but it was a poor positional shot from brown to blue. It was missable. Well, he didn't play that. He played the snooker in behind the black. He just can't help potting balls, this young man.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 5.
Now, is he going to play the in and over game? And that's the correct way to play it. In or over.
Seeded frame.
Yeah, and because it's in the jaws, O'Sullivan do well to keep it out, never mind get a snooker, so he's conceded. It's game on here in York. O'Sullivan with the first chance in that frame, didn't kill it off. Judd Trump with his 68 has just about done enough, and he's made it all square at 1 frame apiece.
Switched to electricity for many things. So why not for your professional van? New Renault Kangoo ZE. 100% electric, 0% emission.
Well, it's a great lineup in this second round of the UK Championship, but I think most people would have identified this as the potential match of the round. And after 2 frames, they're all square. Ronnie O'Sullivan won, and Judd Trump, having won that second frame, also won. This is frame 3. These two practice at the same club, the Grove in Romford, but they tend not to practice together, according to Judd. I think he practices a little bit more than O'Sullivan.
Well, didn't intend to hit that middle pocket bump. But doesn't appear to be any damage done. Has left a red to the left corner, but the black not available, so not worth really taking on. And I'm surprised. Ronnie O'Sullivan in the last frame, with all his experience, when he ran out of position, didn't put a colour safe. Normally you see him doing that. Probably the disappointment was so bad at running out of position that didn't give the safety that much thought. It's the only thing I can think of. Possibility of a plant. Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan's had one of these already. Caught it a little bit too thick. If he catches it too thick this time, he'll be into that pack of reds. Yes, he's managed to pot it this time. But it hasn't been favourable for him. This is a tough blue if he decides to take it on. Wonderful shot. Played with deep screw for this red into the middle.
7.
Slow drag across the nap of the cloth for the blue. Very difficult shot again to play. Black is available to the right corner, but the red just above the black and to the left of it is just making things a little awkward to come down for the black. He's got to find the gap perfectly if he plays for the black here.
12.
Could play for the pink, but he'd like to free that black spot area.
You can almost hear Ronnie's snooker brain ticking over. He sees everything so quickly as well, doesn't he?
Yes, he's got a very quick snooker brain, but he's also aware that Judd Trump's going to be following him. He's come down for the red by the black, and if this one goes in,
90.
he should be racing. Just pinched a little bit on the pocket to hold for the pink. And I think for his own peace of mind, Ronnie O'Sullivan needs to win the frame at this visit, just to let the young kid know that the master's still around.
$33. 34.
46 break in the last frame. He's up to 40 in this one. It's not enough though.
41. $47. 48.
So he's just in between, betwixt. Not ideal on the pink or the blue. Got too much screw into the cue ball.
53.
And this is a tricky one. 53 is not enough. Plenty of right hand side checked cue ball for the black, and the red just below the black. He's sat there waiting.
Well, things are warming up well and truly now, aren't they, after that edgy start. O'Sullivan a couple of balls away from making it 2-1 in his favour.
62.
And there was no doubt that playing Judd Trump was always going to focus his mind today. He knows how good he is, how hungry he is. I'm sure he reminds Ronnie O'Sullivan of himself when he was a young man.
69.
And he's still pretty good at the age of 36, which he turned just yesterday. He's already had 30 centuries this season. That's more than anyone else on the circuit.
77. 78.
Yes, he's well on target to break the record, I think, this year. just overdone it. Can he see enough of the red for the double?
Well, no century, but he's won the frame in one visit. Supreme 85 from Ronnie O'Sullivan. That's a great response after Trump's 68 in the previous frame. As I say, things hotting up here at the Barbican. Ronnie O'Sullivan back in front. He leads Judd Trump by 2 frames to 1.
The more I travel, the more I know what I need. I don't need to be the first. I don't need a fork. I don't need postcards. I don't need to have been born here. I need to return to realize what is actually important. I need Spain.
Topshop is a household name for the best TV shopping experience in more than 20 countries across Europe. Simply call our operator to buy directly from the TV or go to topshoptv.net for all our best sellers and more. Watch Topshop every evening and morning on Eurosport.
It's absolutely electric. 2 nights with a whole clutch of motorsport stars, whizzing wheel to wheel in a brand new design of racing kart. Pure performance at Paris-Bercy. Saturday at midnight, Electric Masters Kart on Eurosport.
Well, we've just restarted here with frame 4. As we join you, see O'Sullivan going for that long red from Trump's break-off. He leads 2-1. This is the last frame before the interval. A reminder, it's first to 6 who will go through to the quarterfinals of this UK Championship.
Well, it was a good pot, but caught the red just a little bit too thick. Hence the cue ball going towards the cushion.
Yes, and also he's knocked the red towards the corner pocket. So there's pressure on this.
Well, I have no idea what he played there. Surely it was just to roll it in. How can you go to bust the pack from dead under the cushion? And he knows it. I don't know where that one come from, I'm afraid. Just drop it in. He's got a red over the pocket. As it happens, the black has gone relatively safe. Doesn't go to any of the baulk corners. And O'Sullivan's just come a little too straight on the blue. Yep, he's got the red over the pocket, but he would have liked to have been going into the pack there.
Six. Seven.
And once again, a little straight on the blue. And this time has to take the red.
12.
Wanted to save this red. Now he's got to get the right side this time.
30.
Perfectly played. Now pink. Full in the face, or at least on the left if anything. And that will do. Could have been nicer. The reds,
18.
at the speed they hit them, should have busted a lot better than that. All seemed to stick together, didn't they? But he's still got a red on. Pink goes to the right corner.
23. $24.
Now, could just go into the pack. Miss the pink on the left. Played for the loose red at the back of the pack there, but just got into the cue ball a little bit too much again. Well, I was considering taking it to the middle, but again, that's a tough shot to play. You'd have to play it at speed to come up for the blue. Is it to the baulk corner now? It's a baulk corner. Oh, and how close was that? It was on the pink to the middle.
Apologies if your picture just broke up there. Judd Trump has potted that red.
Yeah, so here's another look, just in case you did miss it. Played with a lot of screw. Attempting to come back for the blue.
Well, there's the pot success in the match. Trump certainly on the low side, 78%. O'Sullivan currently 89%. Judd Trump's been compared to all sorts of players. The one he reminds me of probably most is Stephen Hendry when he started playing, because he
6.
burst onto the scene and he went for everything, Joe. I remember you played him, didn't you, early on at the Crucible?
I certainly did. And, yep, there is similarities between them both. To be fair, I think Stephen Hendry had a little bit more game about him at the beginning. Yeah, he did go for some crazy shots. And he did seem to clear the table so much, so quickly, a bit like this young man.
Hendry possibly had a little bit more, what you might say, discipline. But anyway, this is Judd Trump. There's no reason to compare him to anyone else. He's his own man.
Yeah, he's looking at the plant here, and it is on. It can be made, but he's also got the perfect position to go into them. And decisions to be made here. Well, trying to develop the two reds to the left.
30.
But this plant is still there. Can he hit the right side of it? And it appears he's got plants of both pockets. That one can be made, and the other one we looked at can be made. So no need to go into them.
$19. $20.
Well, that's a little careless, coming the wrong side of the blue when it was a guaranteed plant like that. And it's little things that happen that can make the difference between winning and losing.
I can tell you it's 2-0 on the other side to Ding Junhui against Matthew Stevens. Ding has beaten Stevens in all of their 5 previous meetings. He's made a good start there.
26.
Once again, he didn't quite get hold of the cue ball. Hence the wrong side of the blue again. Cue ball should have been closer to that corner pocket, and he would have come the right side of the blue. Just 2 points in the game. The yellow is the ball that will get him back down to the reds. Played with a lot of left-hand side, and he couldn't have played this any better. What a great shot that was from Judd Trump. In fact, he's played it too well. That cue ball just going a little too close to the cushion there. And it's made this red more difficult than it could have been. The dreaded cutback into a blind pocket, but he's managed it okay. He's got the choice now of going into them.
Hasn't he pulled out some shots in this break?
That was a beauty. How he generated enough power to bring the cue ball back down from there. And played that one well. He's on choice of reds.
37.
Well, it's been a fascinating match as we expected it to be. Just a question now whether Trump can draw level at the interval.
Now another quick look at this red to see if it goes. If it goes, no problem. If not, then he has to play the cannon. And that could go wrong. It appears it goes. But he hasn't come far enough. That's a poor positional shot from Judd Trump.
43.
Needed to be directly behind the red and straight on it. This is much more difficult. It's going to have to play it with a lot of right hand side. But no problem.
44.
Except the other red has gone relatively safe. I can't believe he's played for the red in such a fashion. Had the blue where he could have got closer to the red. This is a tough one, even for Judd Trump.
They both know the importance of this shot. Don't forget the interval's coming up as well. We've been playing just under an hour, but the first frame was about half an hour. Big shot this. And he's knocked it in.
What a shot that was. That's got to be the shot of the match so far. Well, shot of the tournament so far, I would say.
Well, certainly I would agree, Joe, in the context of this match. There you see, it just needs the yellow to leave O'Sullivan needing a snooker. Oh, well, I think we need a little breather, don't we, before they come back?
The only thing that's wrong with this match, it should be best of 35. Every chance of them meeting in the World Championship.
I think we'll be seeing them meeting a lot this season, I hope so.
60.
Well, it looks like it will be 2-2, and it's been a terrific start. Yes, there have been a few mistakes, but that's just added to the tension and the drama of an eagerly awaited clash that is really now coming to the boil.
64.
Judd Trump doesn't fear anybody, neither should he, the talent he has.
64.
And they go to the interval all square. Judd Trump 64 there, giving him the fourth frame. So terrific stuff between these two here in York. Judd Trump 2, Ronnie O'Sullivan 2, and they will be back in 15 minutes to continue. We'll be back after this break.
It may be the short course, but no shortage of excitement, as Europe's wet set go head-to-head ahead of next year's Olympics. Sink or swim? Thursday at 1900, the European Short Course Swimming Championships from Poland on Eurosport.
Discover Szczecin.